Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Stephanie. Today my focus is on KAB. It's a beautiful eyeshadow palette. It's the Day and Night eyeshadow palette. It is from an independent cosmetics company. You can't buy this in stores. You have to find it on the internet. These shades are very pigmented. They are rich. There are some deep colors and some lighter colors. It comes with a nice mirror. And you can see there's a whole myriad of, shades. You've got browns, purples, cream. I mean, it's very diverse. Before I move on to the shadow application, I got to give a shout out again to this CoverGirl Plus Olay Simply Ageless Foundation. I'm applying it here with this BS Mall flathead brush. But yesterday I was traveling, and when I woke up in the morning, my skin was it looked awful. It was just dry, and every fine line and wrinkle. It's like this was the only thing that I had that really, really served my skin yesterday for some reason. It stepped up to the plate. It really came to the rescue yesterday. So I just have to say, hooray, CoverGirl, for this cream foundation. This is a pharmacy brand oval foundation brush. I like to use this sort of to give an additional blurring effect. It works really well for that. And then just going in with a damp beauty sponge. I applied too much foundation, so I'm just picking up the excess. Okay, here I am. I'm going to start with this base shade. This is the shade Naked, and I'm going to apply it all over my lid. I want to say in advance that I am not a makeup artist. I chose a particular shade range today because of the blush that I was planning to wear. But because I am not a makeup artist, I probably didn't do the best job ever. This is a pharmacy brand crease brush, and I am picking up the shade Burnt Orange. And this is what I want to show you about this eyeshadow palette. In my opinion, this palette would be really wonderful if I had more skill as a makeup artist. The shades and the formulas they're very pigmented, and it doesn't take a lot to get the shade to really pop on your eyes. Sometimes I've worked with enough eyeshadows to know that there are some that you just have to keep reapplying and reapplying and reapplying. This one, I had to start out conservatively, and because it was so rich, and then I would just, I was just building it up. The only reason I am going into the outer corner of my eye at all is because I accidentally placed it there on one eye, so then I had to go in and do it on the other eye, obviously. But it is very easily applied. I am using the same brush I use practically every time I, apply eyeshadow in my crease. And I can just tell under the same conditions that this particular eyeshadow formula is excellent for pigment and for application. This is just I don't know what brand brush this is I'm using here, but it's just a blend. So I'm looking at it just to see if it's even. That's always a challenge for me. Sometimes I have to go in and just move it around a little bit. Now this is a BS Mall eyeshadow brush. I'm picking up a shimmer shade at this point. This is called Golden Hour. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have picked up a deeper shade for my lid first. But as I said, not a makeup artist, not that I'm making excuses for myself, but I am testing it, and I was expecting there to be fallout all over the place for the shimmer, and there was not. So I tried to rescue basically the color story on my eyes here by picking up the shade Sand. It's a neutral tone. It's kind of taupey. I was hoping to bring a little bit more, depth or dimension to my lower lid, even though it was on top of the shimmer shade. It wasn't a terrible outcome, actually. Like I said, the palette just performs really well. And one of these days I will try again with different colors and see if I can do a better job. I'm picking up the shade Naked again here with a pharmacy eyeshadow brush just under my eyebrows and in my inner corner. Now I am going in with the shade Georgia Peach. This was an attempt to make this intense burnt orange shade in the crease. I was hoping to make it look more gradual and more natural by blending those two together. I'm looking forward to using this palette again and maybe choosing a little better color story and just, you know, something that I'm probably more used to using and not experimenting with. This is my Zova 322 liner brush, and I picked up the shade Cocoa to line my upper and lower lashes. Again, it goes on really nice. There was no fallout. Yeah, this is a really nice palette. I'm going to use this more. I'm going to play with this more, practice with it more. I would say this is an advanced palette. I mean, you can do so much with it. And because of the pigment, you know, it's kind of like with the Juvia's Place blush. You better know what you're dealing with before you get it on your face, okay? Or you're going to have to try to do some sort of rescue intervention because woo-wee, that Juvia's Place liquid blush is, whew. Okay, I digress. Sorry about that. Okay, I am just finishing up my eyeliner here. I love the way this palette performs. I've already said that. I don't particularly like the way I applied it or the shade range or just basically my lack of skill, but it's a very good palette. Just going to pop on some e.l.f. Lash and Roll Mascara here before I move on to my e.l.f. liquid blush in the shade Coral Crush. Now this is the second time I have applied this on camera, and I decided I'm going to go a little more gutsy and daring with it and use more pigment. The last time I tried this, it was I was really super conservative. This time I was quite a bit more heavy-handed and had to play with it a little bit, but I really, really liked it. It's super fun. These liquid blushes are so much fun. You can use a little, you can use a lot, you can mix them, you can use them with a sponge, you can use them with your fingers, you can use with a brush. This is a NYX Cosmetics dual-ended face brush. I did get a little bit too much there on the apple of my cheek, but I'm just going to work with it until I'm happy with it. And I was. This blush has its own glow to it. Not overly glowy, but it definitely has a nice glow to it. I'm not too proud to admit that I did need to sort of wipe it off with my finger, and it worked out just fine. Okay, the next thing I decided to do was set my makeup with the Dream Team palette from Physicians Formulas. This is their translucent powder. I'm using it with a Dollar Tree finger sponge. I like this powder because it's not drying at all, and right now my skin is, oh my goodness, it's so dry. Well, you just got to love the winter temperatures right now, right? Okay, and then I'm coming in with a BS Mall powder brush and tapping it into my lovely, beautiful, creamy, awesome matte butter bronzer from the same palette. Skin needs to be warmed up quite a bit right now. Oh, boy, I miss that Florida sunshine. I really, really do. Okay, NYX Butter Gloss. I'm going to mix them up today. This is the shade Madeline. I thought that this mixed with the shade Cream Brulee was a good match for the rest of the look on my face. Okie doke. I'm having a really bad hair day today, people. Not even joking. I was trying, but yeah, nothing I did worked, so I just gave up. I wasn't even going to try to fake it, so this is going to have to do. Alrighty, well, real tired today, tired skin, just not looking my best, not feeling my best, but I hope you enjoyed the palette, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.